Okay, so this is a quick video review of the Aklsvion triple luggage kit found on Amazon. I have no idea how to pronounce these obscure names, but clearly this is made in China. This is the brand name, Aklsvion. It's written all over inside. As you can see, it's made in China. It comes with the 3 luggages here and this tote bag, fairly budget, cheap, and sort of a toiletry bag that is somewhat waterproof. As you can see, they actually kind of close into one another, and in terms of storage, you can actually store this very compact in your basement like this, so that's not bad. And each of these luggages have 4 caster wheels, so you can kind of roll it upright as you move through the airport. And each of these also have this sort of plastic, it's not a rubber, but it's a plastic side footing, so that it could kind of be stored upright. In any case, in terms of the quality of this mold, these caster wheels are fairly plasticky and rather budget, to be honest. And this kind of plasticky mold is really thin. Like, I'm talking super thin, but it does make the luggage very light. So to be perfectly blunt with you, I have Samsonite hard shell luggages like this, and Samsonite is light and very strong. It's been to UK and EU and Vietnam, China, and they are rock solid. This one, however, I don't know that I would take it overseas. From Canada to US, US to Canada, no problem. But something overseas and international from Canada, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Okay, so they're all the same. They're just different sizes. This kind of had two handle settings. You kind of click it into place, and you can go one higher like this. You can't go in between like a lot of the higher end brands that you can kind of slide it into wherever height, but this just has 2 settings effectively, and they lock into place. The smallest one has this kind of combo lock that you can lock your zipper. The larger ones do have the same, so they're all identical. There's a rubberized handle on each of these as such, and there's a rubberized handle on top. So to be honest, it has all the markings of a decent luggage. Just looking towards the inside here, all 3 of these have the same type of deal. There's a divider that you can close. There's some pouches and shoe holdings here. There's your elastic retention bands, and a little side pouch. This size is pretty good, guaranteed. The smaller one is guaranteed going to fit your carry-on. The middle size one, I think, is a little too thick, to be honest. It needs to be checked, and obviously the larger one needs to be checked. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about this thing. Overall, for the price you pay, it's actually decent. It's bright. Obviously you can get this in different colors, but you can clearly see that this is a budget product compared to the mainstream brand names like Samsonite and so forth. You could tell that it cut corners here and there. This stuff is pretty much useless. I would never use this, but it comes with it. I would give this kind of like a 3-star. If you're really a domestic USA, Canada maybe even Mexico type of a traveler, or not Mexico, but like, you know, like all inclusives in the Bahamas or Mexico, Jamaica, that kind of thing. I think this is kind of a decent kit for the family or you know, whoever you're going with. But in terms of international flights, and these kinds of luggages are abused, and I'm pretty sure this cheap wheel, which is super plasticky, and you know, I can flex it so much, will break in due time, and you don't want a broken wheel in an international flight. Stuff like this, the zippers are very low, you know, low quality. It's snaggy a little bit. They can easily split. You want something that is rock solid for international flight. But I will say, you know, for domestic flights within Canada, US, and maybe some all-inclusives in Bahamas and Mexico, that kind of thing, actually not too bad, good value, not bad at all. So depending on your needs, this could be honestly a 5-star for the price you pay. But objectively, compared to the higher end brands where one of these luggages are over $200 versus something like this where the entire thing is under $200, really depends on your needs and your travel plans. I can easily recommend this kit for short haul vacations within North America, Central America, that kind of thing, where it's only like a fairly short, you know, 6-hour flight, maybe one connection here and there. But for international flight, I can't recommend it. I wouldn't use this thing at all for that kind of utility. Okay, so that's all. I hope this helps.
So I bought these in July. I've used them 3 times, and I noticed I was about to pack it up today, and the wheel is about to come out of the socket right here. There's a giant crack here and a giant crack here. And like I said, this may be the 4th time I've used it. But yeah, this wheel's about to come off. And that's the larger bag out of the set, which is really disappointing.